I was scrolling Facebook and came across this post. As an agnostic woman with Christian parents, this definitely hit home. This person was anonymous, and this man named Michael Turner posted it. It says, I put my son out last week because he couldn't follow my house rules. He's 27, fell on hard times, so I allowed him to move back in 6 months ago. I have three house rules: no overnight company. If you mess up, clean up, and you got to go to church on Sundays. That's it. He grew up going to church every Sunday, so it's in him. He missed 3 weeks back to back, so I addressed him and he told me that he'll go next week. Next week came and he still didn't go. After about 2 months, I sat him down and had a heart to heart conversation with him and told him if he couldn't follow my house rules, um, uh, he needs to find somewhere else to stay. We agreed to disagree. He said he'll be gone by Friday. My husband told me I was wrong because he has to find himself, but I believe if he goes to church, he'll find some direction. By Wednesday, my son was gone. I went from talking to him daily to once a week, maybe, but he talks to his father daily. Was I wrong for putting him out? I don't think so because my house, my rules, but I want an outside opinion. Religious people want to force folks to have the same belief system. And if it's not forcing, it is just complying. Because if this man were to go, it would just be compliance. It wouldn't be because this is what he truly felt, this is what his beliefs are. It would just be because my mama said so. So she is right. She does have the right to have her own house rules. Your house rules can be anything, but keep in mind that where we are right now, that people are going no contact. Religion is falling, is declining, and do you really are you going to hold on to your beliefs or do you want a relationship with your child? So she has to figure that part out for herself. Being right and wrong is amazing. You can be right and just not have a relationship with your child anymore. And so many people, like religion, people put their kids out because they're gay. People put their kids out because they got pregnant or got someone else pregnant. People put their kids out because some person might have violated them. There are so many reasons why people are willing to discard their children. So is she right? Absolutely. She can have her rules. Her rules can be whatever she sets. It is her and her husband's home. But her husband doesn't agree. And obviously, her son is complying. He said, I bet I am out. And now she has lost him. And this resentment is probably going to build. And she is now she's reaping the consequences of her behavior because this is what she said. She said, you gotta go. And he said, I bet. People really think that their children are an extension of them and don't believe that their children should have the right to create whatever belief system that they want. They just think that they're supposed to just fall in line, and we're not there these days. Many of us have a different belief system than our parents. Like I said, I am agnostic. All of my parents are Christian. I got a mom and a dad, a stepmom and a dad, and every last one of them are Christian. I am not. And if I ever got it's my way or the highway, I would have just left. I left home at 18 because I needed to be on my own. So that whole my way or the highway, when people can just go out and just say, okay, I'm going to work and I'm not going to be here with this authoritarian controlling family, then you'll just miss out on your growing your relationship and enhancing it and cultivating it and all those words. All right, let's see what some of the comments. Okay, so Michael, the author, says, her house, her rules. Get your own house, set your rules. And then he says, y'all fussing at me like it's my story. It is this woman's story, but he is going hard for her in the paint. Um, so Cece's like, so you didn't write this comment defending her? And he says, I'm 41 years old. And if I move back in with my parents right now, I got to go by their house rules if I choose to live with them. And Amanda says, everybody looking at religion when they should be looking at, he's 27, no kids, and doesn't have a place of his own. If you can't be an adult, then you don't get adult privileges, living in parents' house rent free and making rules. And then Spanky says, that's because the only thing mentioned is religion. She didn't mention any other problems. And Amanda says, if he fell on hard times, rent free or not, you don't have no room to complain when someone is not helping you, family or not. And he took that, he agreed. The son agreed. That's the reason why he just up and moved away. And then Michael did another defending comment. He said, once again, her house, her rules. I bet he won't be moving back in with them unless he's willing to go by her rules. And still, once again, she's the one that is missing out on talking to her son daily. So she's the one that is kind of looking back at the fruit of her consequences, reaping what she's sowing. She said it, and he was like, okay, so he is complying. She needs to own her part of it. She kicked him out if he didn't follow her rule. Victor says, clearly you're against the tide here. If you had to say it twice, it's 2024 and people are still letting religion ruin households. And Michael says, not at all. And Victor says, well, the good thing about reality is it doesn't care about opinion. And then Bowman Edwin says, the child don't run the household. The child does not have no right to go against any rules under their parents' house. They have the right to get their own. If you are grown, what is the problem with getting your own house so you can be grown? Absolutely. Go be grown somewhere. And if you, as a parent, don't want to give your child the room to form their own belief system, then understand that you could lose out on a relationship with your child. Nick says, hey, old man, nobody agrees with you. Stop asking for opinions and then getting mad. Some people do agree with him. Some people do. My girl LMNOP says she's not wrong. Her house, her rules, but don't act surprised when you don't have a relationship with your son. Actions have consequences, and apparently she doesn't like the consequence of the action of putting her son out over church. No need to come crying to us on Facebook. And then my other friend says, you were wrong. Your child fell on hard times and came home to get himself together, I assume. He's not a child anymore. You can't force religion on him. You missed a great opportunity to connect with him and find out his feelings towards religion and spirituality. You both are breathing, so you have time to fix it. Your other two rules are understandable. The one about going to church is about controlling him. God gave free will, right? God is whatever we are, right? Christians have to stop being threatened when kids grow up and choose something different for their spirituality. It's not Christian like. Absolutely. That's my girl. High five, my girl. What's wild is this article was right under that post. Some parents are unable to repair or empathize with the damage they caused or continue to inflict. And it's down at the bottom, it says a shift in family values is fueling estrangement. And I can definitely see how this is true because authoritarian religious parents will just push you out the door. And, that's their right. They believe what they believe, but are they willing to continue to damage relationships for their church? Is it not possible that you can have a belief system and your children can have another belief system? Why can't some parents realize that you are two different people and you could have diverging beliefs on one thing and then still connect on something else? Why is it so hard for people? I may or may not get into this article, but I'm going to leave it here for right now. Y'all let me know what you think about this.